And my name is Yasmin Reyes, and I'm sales executive with Escrow Options in the LA area. And yeah, we're here for all of your escrow needs. We want to help you shine so you have super satisfied clients. You know, they keep calling you, they keep referring you to their friends and family. And yeah, if you we're here to support you and love working with our agents, and we're all about growing together and helping you with your business become more successful. And yeah, it's here to listen to the meeting. And Justin is super amazing, and Kimberly as well. And good to see Michael.
Awesome. Michael, you want to say anything?
Yeah, I'm also a sales executive for Escrow Options Group in the Orange County area, and exactly what Yasmin said perfectly, ditto on that. Here to help you guys out, here to learn, here to spread the good news and all the good information here on this site. So I'm here to learn. If you guys need me, 949-300-5932.
Love it. Awesome, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you all for being here today. Very excited to talk about data. It is not a very sexy topic, but you know, you would think that I was interested in being an engineer or some type of accountant or something because of how much I leverage and just talk about data in general, but quite the opposite. However, you can absolutely leverage data in your real estate business to help you win new business, to help you. We're going to talk about generating new leads. We're going to talk about you know, that price adjustment conversation, because we always love that. Several different ways that you can leverage data in your business this year. Now, a lot of agents, most agents don't leverage data at all, right? We take a look at it maybe for comps, or we hear certain pieces, but we actually don't apply it to our business. And when I started doing this and helping top agents and team leaders implement this into their business here in the Phoenix market, we saw a drastic change in a good way for their business in terms of what they're communicating and their message is to their clients. So I'm excited to share that with you today. Even if you take one of these 9 away and implement it to your business, you know, it will substantially help you grow for sure. As always, if you guys have questions as we go through this, feel free to unmute yourself or throw it in the comment box. I'm not one that's like, hold questions until the very end, right? Let's ask it as we go along. That way it's fresh in our mind. And don't be afraid to ask questions. If you have a question on something, most likely it's going to help the other agents on the call as well. Mary said she loves data. She's all about data. I love it, Mary. I am too. I don't know, you know, at what point did I become that person? But I absolutely do as well. So let's go ahead and jump in here. Don't forget, please, please, please choose Escrow Options as your escrow company on your next deal. All right, so why leverage data in your business? Okay, we know it's a fast-paced and competitive market, industry, and using data-driven insights has become more important than ever. So leveraging the power of data allows sellers, buyers, you, investors to make informed decisions, maximize profits, stay ahead of the competition. In any market, leveraging data points to drive your value in various propositions is a sure way to persuade your audience to make the best decisions for their goals, right? This is not just for us. This is a way that we can very effectively educate our clients to make the best decisions for their real estate goals, okay? Data points gives us insights on, you know, where would be the best way that we invest, or what would be the best investments in terms of marketing for our listing. So it gives reason to why you invest in what you do. Okay, so when you're talking to sellers, as we go through this, you're going to see it's easier to explain. It's easier to give a visual of why I invest in, let's say, video marketing, right? Because 51% of home buyers choose YouTube as a research platform. Okay, we know that. I've talked about that before. So having that data point into why you're investing in video marketing for that listing connects the dots for that client or prospect. There, I'm just going to make sure everyone's muted here as we go through. Perfect. Okay, it gives you the opportunity to stand out and be the authority leader in your market. So I'm just curious, who currently tracks their data? throw it in the chat box. Who currently tracks their data? I'm saying, you know, you have a listing and you're taking screenshots, or you have an Excel spreadsheet of how many views that listing got or how many saves that listing got, right, through your marketing efforts. Also, most of us know, or we can easily look up in MLS, our stats for what we sell. Maybe you are newer to the industry and you don't have a lot of sales, or your average price point may be a little bit lower, or whatever that may be. However, a lot of times you can leverage your branch sales, right? Maybe you're on a team. So the great thing about being on a team is you can leverage those stats for yourself. It's you and the team, or you and your brokerage. Now I know, so I'm with Realty One Group here in North Scottsdale, and my broker allows me to leverage my branch as a whole. So in the MLS, I'm pulling up our branch numbers, and that's what I leverage in my business as well. So if you do not currently track your data, that is probably my, and look here, I spelled currently wrong. Love that. I'll have to fix that. If you do not track any of your data yet, the takeaway is to start tracking your data. Keep track of it. That way you can then leverage it and use it in all the different 9 ways that we're going to talk about today. All right. Number 1, target market your listings. We talked about this briefly in previous trainings. What does that mean? Target market your listings with ads. So something that we have found success with is taking our listings, our listing goes live, and we target geographic locations or feeder markets that are moving to my market. So I know you guys are in SoCal. So California is our largest migration here into the greater Phoenix area. So that's our number 1. Washington's moving here, Oregon, Texas, even Florida, New York, Illinois, right? Do you guys know what your feeder markets are? Who is coming in and buying in your market? Those are important buyer profiles you see up here. Those are important data points to have, because that's language and a message that you should be conveying to your sellers. So they know that you are the authority in your market. You understand the buyer profiles for that specific area and who's actually coming in and purchasing or investing even in that market. So target market your listings with that. What does that mean and how do you do that? So you can win more listings by investing in those targeted ads. When I say targeted ads, I mean through Facebook, right? Social media ads. It's over the last few years, it's become very much more difficult to get super specific for demographics. However, geographic, you can still get in all the way. Okay, so obviously a couple of years ago, Zuckerberg went in front of Congress and it was a whole thing, and it should have been a whole thing because quite frankly, we could target based on income, familiar status, gender, all that stuff via Facebook for real estate ads. That goes against, right, what we're supposed to be doing. So they took that away. However, we can target geographically. So one way that I and the agents that I work with drive a large amount of traffic to those listings is through those targeted ads. And I'll show you guys that in a second. Well, through driving that traffic through those ads, you will be able to take screenshots and start tracking your data. Okay, and this example that I'm going to show you, and I believe I've shown it before, is through Zillow. So Zillow allows you to take screenshots, or it actually displays the data points on every listing. So on that listing, it's going to tell us how many views it's gotten and how many saves. So if you're driving traffic to that Zillow listing or your website and it's getting a lot of traffic, you can take those screenshots and then use that in your marketing and listing presentations, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to show you a quick graphic of what that looks like. Okay, so I believe I've shown this before. This is one of my actual listings. These are screenshots that I took from Zillow. This is my listing on Zillow. And then these are the other comps, active listings that were in that area, right? That's in a similar area or subdivision. So you can see here through those Facebook targeted ads, I drove 11,184 views and 615 saves. And then the next closest comp in that area, and these are very similar, was 4,674 saves, all the way down to this one that was on for 84 days. 105 views, 5 saves. Couple things here. They didn't leverage video in that listing, okay? Zillow gives preference to those in a zip code that have a video walkthrough tour, okay? So did not have that, which really hurt it. I would really love to go knock on this door and show them this graphic of how much more traffic we could drive there, okay? But these are important. We don't think about it when we get a new listing or anything to take screenshots or to track the amount of traffic that we're driving to that listing, right? We just go in and we say, oh yeah, this is, I do photography, I'll do a video, all this stuff. Well, why does that matter? Why is that important to the seller? Okay, you got to connect the dots, and the data points allow you to connect those dots. It gives reason why you're spending the money and to invest in that, because these are the results. This is what we get. All right. So again, I would take, I created this in Canva. I guess I could always share this template and you can just drag and drop your own photos in there. But I just created this in Canva, and this is what I would use in that listing presentation. Okay.
Justin, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
When you say you post a video, where did you post that video? Did you post it on Zillow or MLS?
So my MLS here in Phoenix allows us to upload, just like the MLS allows you to upload photos and they syndicate, it allows us to upload a video and it syndicates as well. So that would go to Zillow.
Okay.
Certain markets, their MLS does not allow them to upload a video there. I also cover Vegas, and their MLS does not let them put a video in there. So it depends on your MLS. However, you can get the video done, log into your Zillow account, and add it to your listing via Zillow. You can certainly do it.
Perfect. Thank you.
Question, of course. And it's an actual video walkthrough, okay, that I would put on there. Not a slideshow of the photos you took, an actual video walkthrough of somebody walking through the home. Map of migration. So this is really not going to benefit you guys in your market, but at least it'll maybe give you the idea, or you guys can go and create your own. And maybe I can look into your commerce and tourism and you know, the people that are moving into your market to see if we can have one created. But this is a map of migration to also give a visual of why we use target ads. Okay, so let me click onto this. Okay, so this is a map that we had done. As you can see, obviously I'm selling in Arizona, and these are the top states and markets that are moving to Arizona. Obviously, California is #1 at 273,000. You know, you got Washington up here, but these are great visuals to connect those dots that I'm talking about, right? Why does the data matter, and why do we invest in the marketing we do? Well, that's because we know these areas that are moving here. So when I run my ads for my listings, I'm targeting California, I'm targeting Illinois, I'm targeting New York and Florida and Texas. I mean, I was honestly shocked about Texas when we pulled the data for it. But these are the feeder markets. Do you guys know your feeder markets? Do you talk to your clients about that, right? So you have to understand and find out who that's through. You can get that through, there's the, you know, the Census Bureau has a lot of really good data there through the IRS and all of that for you guys to be able to pull that.
And Justin, where do you get this map?
I created this in Canva.
Oh, okay.
Yep, it's a
And
Canva
where did
template.
you get the data?
Data was through the essentially through the Census Bureau,
Okay.
through migration,
Okay.
you know, all the movement that's happening. And specifically for Arizona, this came from the business e-commerce site. So that's why I'm saying California has to have one somewhere. I can do some research and find it so you guys can, maybe they already have the data for you and I can share that with you. And even if you don't have a map like this, you guys can still talk about it. But again, I can share maybe this template with you. And if we figure out what those numbers are, we can plug it in and play with it.
That's fantastic. Thank you.
Of course. But again, these are great data points to, right? We can say everything we want to say. We can say video marketing, it's what we need to do. Well, why? Well, because 51% of home buyers go to YouTube and choose video marketing to do their research. Well, why do you do target marketing? Well, because we know the feeder markets or the markets that people are moving here from in boatloads. So it would be advantageous for you as a seller and for me as your agent consulting you to invest into that marketing. Okay. And I tell you right now, you start with that, you're already ahead of the competition for sure. But this allows your ads and listings to be shown to potential buyers that are thinking about moving to your area. So once you have these data points, you should include them in your listing presentation so you can show actual results to your marketing campaigns and efforts. It's always best to have real results to showcase, right? Just like we've sold X amount of homes or X amount of dollars in X amount of years that I've been in real estate, right? We have to go beyond that. We need to give them more data to be able to make the right decision to go with you as an agent. Any questions on the target market for the listing ads? And I'm going to jump into Facebook here in a little bit to kind of show you guys how to run those ads. So if I'm going a little quick, I apologize. I'm trying to stick to the hour today. I know we ran long last week. All right, let's go to the next one. Number 2, use your data for price adjustments. Again, I believe we talked about this a little bit before, but having data points ready to show if or when you need to have a price adjustment conversation, it's going to be a lot easier with a visual of the traffic your marketing efforts and investments have driven. Okay, so just like the graphic that I showed you, number 1 here, okay, you want to keep track of those data points because when you go to have that price adjustment conversation and you have a visual to show them, I've driven 11,000, 12,000 views and 615 saves, and we've had X amount of showings. The market and no offers, the market or very little offers, the market's telling us that it's price, right? We need to adjust that price. And let me tell you, as soon as myself, the top agents and teams that I work with started using this method, the price adjustment conversation, we were not dreading it. It was a lot easier because we had actual data to back us up. It wasn't, I think a lot of sellers just think, oh, they want to reduce the price because, they're not doing anything or there's no other way of doing it. And it's like, no, we've actually invested in our listing. And as a professional, this is our best option to get you an offer, right? We haven't received any offers and we need to be able to drive more traffic to be able to drive an offer in. Most agents do not track their data, especially the results of their marketing investments. Think about that. Do you? Right? I asked it earlier, nobody had put it in the comment box. We certainly can easily find the data for how many homes we've sold, just like I was saying, but we never really track our marketing efforts. Okay, what is our return on investment on that, right? We need to be able to keep track of that. So this approach will automatically put you as the authority in your market, especially if they have been through a transaction before. Show them results similar to the graphic shown in number 1. Their demeanor and response will be a lot more soft and willing to make the adjustment. So as I was telling you guys, I took those screenshots from Zillow. So I'm going to click here because I pulled one up for San Diego. Okay, this is shown on every listing in Zillow. It's not like you have to have an account or log in or some secret. When you're on a listing, so let me close out of this, right? I just typed in San Diego up here. It's actually, once we look at Altos market reports, it is an incredible seller's market there still. But if you scroll down and you find your listing, right? So let's say this is our listing right here. I click into it and I scroll down, keep scrolling past the description, right? Overview, we have the description. Here's the data. So this home has been on the market for 15 hours and they've got 482 views and 30 saves. I'd say that's pretty good so far. And honestly, the photos are probably what driving that traffic. Here, let me see if they have a video. I don't think so, because typically it's shown at the top. Nope, no video. So honestly, this graphic, right, it's beautiful. It's going to stop the scroll. Most MLSs will allow you, it does not have to be the front of the home. The main photo does not have to be the front of the home. Check with your MLS though, because every MLS is different. But from what I have found, you have to have a front of the home photo in your listing. Okay, that is required. But the main photo doesn't necessarily have to be the first photo. So that's one way to already grab a buyer's attention, is to stop the scroll when they're scrolling. But in the description, just below the overview, this is where I take those screenshots, okay? So if this was my listing and then I wanted to go in and see the surrounding listing, so let's see, that one's here. Let's just click on this one. It's obviously a huge, much bigger in price, but if I scroll down, I can then come in here and take a screenshot of this one if this is a comp in that area. And I can say this one's been on 234 and I've driven way more traffic, right? At that point, you'd be able to do that. But you can track your data points for your own listings by taking these screenshots. And then you can also get the competition, those comps that are in the area here as well for that price adjustment. And let me tell you, once you got that visual and it's in front of them and you're having that conversation, it's very hard for them to blame you for a lack of marketing or anything like that, because you have proof, right? You have results of your marketing efforts. And so it's a lot easier to have that conversation.
Hi, Justin.
Hi.
Hi, I just have a question regarding that data. What about the homes that you have sold and you want to go back to find those data, like how many days were on the market and so forth? Where do you get that?
Good question. So let's go over here and I'm going to pull, let me do something else here. I'm Justin Taylor, real estate. Let me see if I can pull up mine. So it's probably not updated because let me just click into, I have no idea who he is, but let's see some of his sold. Of course, not able to sold. So let me do this. Are I assume you're on Zillow. Do you have, first of all, do you have any solds, closed deals?
Yes, one.
Okay, cool. And what would be your zip code, maybe that your profile's on?
91790.
91790?
Yes.
Perfect. So let me see here, not to put you on the spot, but let me just see here.
Correct.
Let me go in, let's see, sold's not on there either. Okay, does anybody, who else is on the call? Julie, are you on?
Yeah, I'm here.
I want to give you guys a real example. So let me see, Julie. Let me see if
Oh, I
you're,
don't have any listings.
let's see. None there too, it's not showing any. Let's try this, Julie. Again, I don't know. I wonder why it's not, maybe they're having an issue. Maybe their system's down because nobody's just showing. Let me come into here, double check. It's not, but you'd be able to go into your sold and click on that. And it should still show you those data points, even if it's from a past sold. It should still show you those. If it does not, it did before, but if it does not, that is why it is super critical that when you do have a current listing and it's live, probably at that 30-day stage, if you haven't been under contract yet, I would just keep double checking and taking those screenshots. And then obviously just keep the best one once before it closes in there. But it's important when your listing goes live that you keep track of this data point. Okay. I will double check on I think their system's down because it's not showing solds for anybody. But I'll double check on that and let you guys know. I'm going to make a note so I don't forget.
Thank you.
Of course. Data. Cool. Okay, but you can see this alive for any listings on Zillow. Okay, so that's a great way to go in there and either take screenshots. I take screenshots because I don't, if I show them an Excel spreadsheet, right, I want the proof is in the third party. It's not like I just entered in random data. It's actual screenshots from the site itself. Any questions on that for the price adjustment or the Zillow profile? Again, when I started to use this with the top agents and teams that I work with here, game changer, absolute game changer. Number 3, video. We weren't going to go through a training without talking about video, right? So data and video equals gold. All right, so we know I've said this 4,000 times now, the 51% of home buyers choose YouTube as their number one research platform. 73% of homeowners want an agent who uses video marketing, yet only 10% do. Okay, you're already standing out using these stats. This is what you should talk about, right? Take these stats from these trainings. 73% of homeowners want an agent who uses video marketing, yet only 10% do. But you guys do. You're in that. You're in the 10%, right? You're an agent in that top 10% that actually use video marketing. Talk about this. Why do you use video? Because 51% of home buyers choose YouTube. Okay, it's important. Take these stats, steal these stats from these trainings. Not only should you use video marketing data points in your presentations, right? Your listing presentations, buyer consultations, and marketing materials, but you should actually invest in video in your business. So we all post Reels, maybe you're posting TikToks, or maybe you're into YouTube Shorts, whatever it may be. Definitely take a quick Google some real estate data facts. Okay, real estate marketing data. Tons of articles will come up with different data points like this. 73% of homeowners want an agent who uses video marketing, only 10% do. That should be a social media post as well. Maybe that's in a marketing piece, okay? Or maybe you're taking these data points and you're creating a YouTube short or reel or TikTok with that data point in it. So instead of a static graphic, you're taking that static graphic and making it into a reel or a video, okay? Most agents do not talk about video and how buyers prefer to consume video content when looking for their home and research. Here is something that is a game changer, okay? We've heard of ChatGPT, we've used it, we love it, it's amazing. So many different AI platforms are coming out. Convert your data-driven blogs into videos. So something that I've started to do, and it's been great, is taking my written blog articles that I create with ChatGPT, okay? I always put data points in there, right? To back up what I'm saying, the message that I'm giving them, I have data points to back that up. Data points are super important and easy for consumers to consume, right? It's easy to see 73% of homeowners want an agent who uses video marketing, yet only 10% do. That makes sense in our brain, and it's short, okay? It tells us, yes, video marketing is important. I want to work with an agent who uses video marketing. So as you guys are creating your blogs or articles or written content, convert those to videos, and you can easily do it through different sites. So I just Googled convert blog to video. There are so many ways, turn blog into video instantly with Steve.ai, okay? All you have to do is just Google convert blog to video. There's several different out there. I've used Steve quite a bit. I haven't done Syncia yet, but I've heard really good things about them. But there's several different platforms that you can upload or paste in your blog article, and it then converts it into a video all by itself, right? You download the video and then you can post it, okay? Whether it's a long form video on YouTube or a short form video that you're using on YouTube Shorts, TikTok, or Reel, you can use it that way, okay? But leverage video when you're talking about data, because a couple things. Consumers love data. Consumers are consuming video. So put the two together. Now you're creating educational pieces that are going to be consumable, okay? So you can always go there. Any data, blog articles, or anything that you guys are creating, quickly just turn those into video by using all these new different AI sites. Let me click into Steve here so you guys can kind of see. So turn your blog posts into captivating videos effortlessly, increase your chances of driving higher engagement, right? You can try it for free. And again, very, very easy. The platform does it for you. All you have to do is paste in your blog and it does the rest of the work. Number 4, seller
So,
leads.
Justin, can I ask you a quick question?
Yes.
When you convert blog to video, do you still have to fill in, do you need to supply with video, like sceneries or pictures, or how do they convert that, and whose voice it's going to be?
Yeah, so a couple things. It allows you to upload your own voice if you wanted to, but then there's AI powered voices that sound very human-like, that you can use. They have their own stock photos, stock videos. So you just put in a description. Is it a real estate video? Is it a marketing piece? Like, what is your industry? What is your demographic? And it will piece all that together for you. It puts the video together. It instantly transcribes that content into voice. Again, you can choose a male voice, a female voice, with an accent, no accent, like several different things, and it puts that all together to create that video.
So all you need to do is provide the words.
Yep,
so it's called AI, Steve.ai?
Steve.ai is one of them. Yeah, that's one that I prefer.
It's free?
It's free to try. No, the pricing up here, let's see, I can't remember what it is, right? Is there anything free in life? We would hope so. So build monthly, there's different plans here starting at 15, and that's $720. I'd probably go with the 1080 just for quality. But you can see here, right, your voiceovers. So you have 10 different voiceover accents in English, how many videos downloads you can have per month, right? Premium assets, all that stuff. So you just have to determine how much you're going to use, but it's getting pretty insane what the technology is coming out. It's getting pretty insane.
Yeah, it's called Steve.
Steve.ai.
Okay,
Steve.
wonderful. Thank you so much.
Of course. Let me come back here, present. All right, sell leads with Facebook ads. So we talked a little bit about Facebook ads earlier to drive traffic to your listings. But what about generating seller leads with Facebook ads? So, there's a couple differences between Facebook ads and Google ads. Facebook ads are more non-intentional, okay, which is why you have to target. What I mean by that is when you go to Google something, there's intent behind it. Somebody's typing in homes for sale in San Diego, okay? Through Facebook, when somebody sees your ad, they didn't look that up, right? That's not intentional. They're just seeing that information. However, a very effective lead gen for sellers with Facebook is through an ad where you take a screenshot of, and I believe I talked about this first in one of our early trainings early in the year, but you take a screenshot in your MLS. Okay, so let's say you're in San Diego in a specific zip code. I'm going to pull up MLS sold or closed in the last 30 days in a specific zip code, and it's going to show me the little dots of where they are. I'm taking a screenshot of that picture, of that map, okay? And it shows me the solds in there with the little pins. And through that screenshot, that's the graphic that I'm going to use in my ad. And my caption is going to be something like 103 homes sold in 85255 in the last 30 days. See where your home value is in the current market. It's going to help stop the scroll because they're going to see a map of where they live. Okay, because remember, we're targeting based on geographic location. I'm setting this ad where they live. So they're going to stop the scroll because they're going to see where they live, that area, that map. They're going to see all the pins, and then they can easily click the learn more or the call to action button that then takes them to a property evaluation page. Maybe it's a property evaluation page on your website, or maybe it's HomeBot. HomeBot is a wonderful platform. It's a lender sponsored platform. So you have to reach out to your lender, but they have a great property valuation landing page for you. They have over a 50% engagement rate. Consumers love that platform. It's pretty phenomenal and easy. So in that ad, I would have a call to action button that goes to some type of instant property valuation. All right, and then let me go into Facebook here. And actually, I'm going to go into my MLS so I can show you guys what graphic actually means. So let me log into mine. Oh gosh. Let's hope for the best on this. Did it work? Whew. Should have thought about that one before the training, but it worked. So I'm going to go to quick search here. Again, I'm just going to pull up a certain zip code. I'm going to go to status. Obviously, your guys' MLS is going to look different. Closed, and I'm going to change dates. I'm just going to change this to the last 30 days. And I'm going to do specific. So I'm going to choose specifically. You could do city. I'm going to do zip code to be super specific. 85295, which is Gilbert, Arizona. So 47 homes closed in the last 30 days. See this graphic? This is what I'm running in the ad. So I'm going to move this around here, and I'm going to do a snipping tool, which you probably can't see me doing this off the screen. New. And I'm not going to make it perfect for this training, but I'm going to just take a little screenshot here. So now I can save that screenshot that I just took of this area, and I can run that in the ad and use something similar to the description that I just said is, 47 homes closed in 85295 in the last 30 days with an average price point of X dollars. See where your home values is in the current market, something like that. But again, having this data, okay, how many homes closed in that area. The goal is to generate new seller leads in your specific area that you want to sell in. Okay, so one, we're stopping the scroll because I'm going to scroll through this. I'm going to say, oh, I live right there, right? And I'm going to read the caption, and then they're going to click the call to action button that says, property valuation or learn more, and then you can capture their information in. This, in the past, it's been difficult to generate solid leads through Facebook. Okay, Google pay-per-click has always been a better lead source in that sense. Very expensive. Okay, however, being creative in your ads and using graphics like this and data points substantially increased the amount of seller leads and quality of those leads that we actually get in that market. Okay, so again, you could take a screenshot of this and use this as the actual graphic in your Facebook ad. And then description, you just got to make sure that you connect the dots, right? 47 homes sold in 85295 in the last 30 days. I would actually add in, I didn't put it in here, but I would add in the average price point, because in my MLS, and I'm sure similar to yours, I can view those results, pull a CMA here, and I can see what the average price point was. And I can add these data points in there as well. The more that you add into that copy, the text that's in that ad, the better, because the end user is going to be more engaged and they're going to feel like it's more personalized to them because they actually live in that zip code. Okay, so hopefully that all makes sense. But this is a great way for you to generate additional seller leads in a specific area or market that you actually want to sell.
Hey, Justin, can you repeat what you said about lender has something, home
Yeah,
bot or something?
HomeBot is a lender-sponsored tool.
What does it do?
HomeBot.ai. It's kind of like a CRM slash lead gen tool. It really gives those homeowners that you put in here insight every single month. It sends them a digest. And basically it's an email with a breakdown of their current home values, statistics in their area. If there's a mortgage on it, it'll connect that data in there as well. So they'll be able to see how much equity they have in the home. They can toggle things on and off. So if they had any new upgrades or anything like that, they can adjust those to see there. HomeBot talks a lot about investments, investing in real estate. So taking your equity and going to buy an investment property. Talks a lot about that, which I think is something we don't talk about enough in this business. But let me log in here. Please don't ask for a password. Oh, thank God. Whew. So once you log in here, this might be the demo account, I can't remember. You'll be able to see any homeowners that you have in here that have been sent. It'll have a digest in here. So if I click into here, I just want you guys to see what they see. Preview digest. Digest just means a monthly email that they get sent out, all branded to you as the agent, tells them their estimated home value, where it's gone, right? Good visuals, it's all interactive. Look, it's going to ask them 30-year loan at 3.25 for that amount from March 2020. Is this correct? Is that mortgage correct? Or do you need to update the numbers so it's more accurate? So they can do that. And they talk about a bunch of other stuff as well. They even talk about Airbnbs somewhere in here. They invest in properties, rent properties, all that stuff. Again, consumers love this. Like the engagement rate on these are amazing. The other item is that property valuation. So if I go up to share your page, there's one for homeowners to get homeowner leads and buyer leads. So this is for buyers as well, but you can copy the landing page. Again, it's all branded to you as the agent, okay? But they can easily just put in their property address and then it gives them all the information and signs them up on that monthly digest in there. You can upload your homeowners in here that this is great for farms. So if you pull farm data and you buy the email addresses, you can always upload those in this HomeBot as well. And agents are finding a lot of success with that as well.
Okay.
But it's a lender-sponsored tool. I wish it was escrow and title, but it's a lender-sponsored tool if you want to try it out.
Okay, thank you so much.
So it's through a lender, so you have to talk to your lender?
Talk to your lender, yep. If your lender doesn't use HomeBot, you can always reach out to an EOG sales executive, and I'm sure there's lenders that they work with that offer it for sure. Number 5. How are we doing on time? We got 15 minutes. Okay. Number 5, data-powered listing presentations. Not a surprise, right? Because everything I've been talking about up to this point is really about, a listing presentation. But listing presentations that are driven by data allow your prospective sellers to understand why you invest in the latest marketing and technology to drive the most amount of traffic. Data points should include how buyers are finding homes and conducting their research. They should also include your accolades and your past results, whether it be sales or the traffic you have driven to past listings. So hopefully everyone on the call has a listing presentation. If you do not, highly encourage you take the time to create one or duplicate one. Just have one, right? Whether you just have it digital or you take a physical copy with you, but make sure you include data in there. How are buyers finding homes? Okay, because 1, that helps prove why you invest in the marketing you do, but also 2, your data, past results, past sales, all that good stuff, right? So let's take a look at my actual listing presentation, and I'll show you a couple of those. So this is just the about page, the bio. Here, I talk a little bit about marketing to the modern day buyer, why we invest into the marketing that we do, right? Why do we invest into all of this here? And it's really because of all these buyer data points, okay? Right? Who is the modern day buyer? Again, these data points are easier for consumers to connect the dots. It's easier for you to make your point. So maybe it's that YouTube step. Maybe, it's why we invest in Matterport tours, right? Because you get 49% more qualified buyers. 97% of home buyers search the internet before even contacting an agent, which is why we need your listing to look the best. I hate to use this analogy, but it's just like online dating. If you're going to go onto an online dating site, you're not putting an average photo of yourself, right? You're going to put the best photo possible. Maybe you're editing the photo, okay, right? Because you want it to be the most attractive. Same for your listings. You have to make sure it's attractive. Everyone starts online. Everything is so digital. So we have to engage them, get them interested so that then they pull the trigger and actually make an appointment to go see the home. But you want to talk about who the buyer is and how they are finding homes. What is their research method in 2023? Some other data points, go through these. Your scorecard, okay? How many properties have you sold? What is your list of sold price? What is your average sales price? Average days on market, right? If you don't have your own, maybe you're leveraging your branch numbers, or maybe you're on a team and you're leveraging your team numbers, but you want to make sure to have these data points available. Most agents know this, but they don't talk about all the other marketing data points as well. A couple other things in a listing presentation that I would always include is all the different tools you have in your toolbox, okay? So targeted buyer profile campaigns, that's just the Facebook ads that I was talking about. Do you have virtual staging at your fingertips? Do you use a transaction coordinator? Why is that important? Listing home warranties. Why is that important? Reach out to your home warranty partner and ask them for data points of during a listing period, how many things come up? And so why should I have a listing home warranty? Why does that benefit my seller? Okay, all these different items here include, but you want to make sure, 1, your scorecard, your numbers, your accolades, and 2, how are buyers finding homes? If you can showcase this knowledge that you have, in addition to the map that I have, right? You know the feeder markets that are coming in, you know the buyer profile for that area will help your prospect make the right decision to go with you as an agent. Okay, so I'm gonna come back here. Any questions on that in your listing presentations? The next one, number 6, is buyer presentations. Okay, same thing, buyer consultations, right? So equally to sellers, it's great to include data in your buyer consultations. Altos market reports, which I'll look at in here in a second, are a great way to show trends, inventory levels, days on market, so your buyers are well educated on the current market and how quickly they should move when they find their home. Okay, it's interesting because a lot of agents no longer have buyer consultations. They get a call, hey, I want to see this home, cool, I'm there, right? But it's professional, it benefits your client, it helps build that relationship and really positions you as the authority in that market by using buyer consultations. And you should include data. Talk to your preferred lender, include data from them so they have a brief understanding of the current lending climate. We're talking about interest rates, different programs that are available, all that different stuff you want to include in there. But I said Altos market reports. Who in the call right now, let me see how many people, right? Who in the call right now are subscribed to Altos market reports through EOG, through Escrow Options Group? Who is currently subscribed, right? You will reach out to your EOG sales executive and they can get you signed up for those reports, but I want to show you what that looks like. Now, obviously this is a sister company, so your guys is probably going to be gold, not green. But I did pull up San Diego. I am obviously missing the beach, but this is great to also talk to a buyer. So you can see here a lot of different data points for average price, median list price. It's all interactive. Okay, this isn't just for buyers. This is great for sellers too. This is great for open houses. This is just, I mean, you can post this on social media. This is really good content. It's about $80 a month if you go to Altos directly. Don't pay the $80 a month. Reach Escrow Options Group, right? They're amazing. Reach out to them. They will get you hooked up with this. All right, price per square foot, average days on market, you can see it going down. Using data in your buyer consultation so they understand the climate of the market, of how quickly they have to move, how strategic they have to be when making that offer. We can see, if I'm working for a buyer, Mary said yes, she uses this, so I'm going to use her as an example. If I'm working with Mary and we're at a 74 in a seller's market and they've gone through and found that 30 means that they're it's a neutral market, right? It's not a buyer, it's not a seller, it's just a normal neutral market, right? So it tells my buyer, it's telling Mary that we have to be strategic. Okay, we can't go in and lowball, right? We can't go in and offer $50,000 less, $10,000 less, right? When I'm looking at this data, right? We have to be strategic because there's probably going to be multiple offers perhaps. If you keep scrolling down, you get better graphics, all interactive, shows you the previous 6 months of data. Actually, this one goes way further back. Up here it's 6 months, okay? But down here it goes way back. You can always adjust these. So 7-day average may look a lot more steep than 90 days. So if I remove 7 days, I can see 90 days looks a little bit more stable, right? But if we're looking at 7 days, boom, 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 right? It's all over the place. So 90 days gives you a little bit more of a long-term look. Market segments gives you that median price, top percent, days on market, all that good stuff there. If you are not subscribed to Altos yet, please, please, please reach out to Yasmin, Kim, Michael, Tom, Bernadette, whoever your rep is, reach out to them and they will get you signed up for this service. Also, it is nationwide data, which is how I was able to pull up San Diego. So if I wanted to see what's happening in Miami, Florida, I can certainly click Miami and I get to see that data as well. Okay, so once you're subscribed to this and you open it up, you can search any zip code or city, which is phenomenal. This helps for feeder markets. So if you're trying to run ads or anything in different markets, you have the ability to pull up this data in really any market, which is pretty awesome. Altos market reports, reach out to your sales executive and they'll be able to get you signed up. But that is great data for your buyer consultations. All right, number 7, data-driven pricing strategies. All right, so going, this kind of goes hand in hand with your listing presentations, but you want to give your sellers an option when it comes to pricing their home. Today, we're going to look at a 3-pronged pricing strategy. This is not something I invented. It's actually something that I learned from Tom Ferry. Instead of just giving one pricing strategy, give them 3 options that are backed up by purpose. Okay, so you're giving them 3 options, a low, probably strategic, and then a higher number. Do they want to sell for the most money? Do they need to sell in the quickest amount of time? This takes pricing the home off your plate and gives you more time to showcase your marketing strategies which will help you retain your desired commission rate, right? In our listing presentations, we need to get off a bandwagon of, it's all about price. We know they want a number. They already have a number in their head, most likely, but they know they just want you to give them a number. But we want them to choose so that when it comes, if there's ever a need for a price adjustment, that's where they wanted to start. Okay, so you're going to give them a 3-prong. Let's take a look at what that looks like. Okay, I created this. This was mine. I just converted it to escrow options branding. But the truth about pricing home, we could line up 1,000 agents out your door, and we're all likely to give you a price within 1% to 2% of each other because we're all looking at the same exact data, right? That's why you're not hiring someone for the price, but you're hiring someone to aggressively market your home and expose it to the largest possible number of qualified buyers. So let's talk about how I'm going to market your home. Okay, but you give them 3 strategies. Strategy number 1 is you can price your home above the comps, which we call the needle in a haystack approach. You're hoping just the right buyer comes along and falls in love with your home enough to buy it at an above market price. Now down here is typically where I have the price in black ink, black lettering, okay? I just didn't update it for this training, but down here, let's say I had $500,000, okay? Strategy 2, you can price it right in line with fair market value, right? That's right in line with fair market value. So maybe that's 460,000, say 500, 460,000. And then for the most savvy clients, we price it just below market value to create a bidding war opportunity. So if fair market value is 460, maybe just below that is 450. Okay, something like that, just as an example. Now they have 3 pricing options. They have something to back it up, right? There's purpose behind each one. What is their plan? Which option do they want to go with? Okay. So this is a great way to give them a visual of when you're actually doing the pricing strategy. Instead of going in and saying, I looked at the comps and I think we should list at 470, right? Give them purpose, give them an option, because then it takes the pain off of the pricing and you can focus more on the controllable, which is going to be the marketing. You can control the marketing that you offer to your clients. A price is up in the air, really, because we don't really know what the home's going to sell for. We have a really good idea, but we don't really know what the home's going to sell for because the market's going to tell us that. Okay, so you get that off your plate, and then you can focus more on what matters, and that is the marketing to drive the traffic there to hopefully make one of these strategies come to fruition. All right, so it's data-driven pricing strategies. Okay, so you can use something like that 3-pronged pricing strategy that gives your clients a range. Number 8, data-focused marketing content. Very similar to what I was talking about earlier for your video content. Real estate data is a great way to easily educate your clients in various ways. No matter the channel you are communicating through, data will position you as the market expert. Okay, so what I mean by that is when you guys are making social media posts or you're creating a flyer or content on your website, include data points. Include data points. It is critical. So let me come here. I'm going to go to my main site. Okay, I'm going to come down here. See these data points? Include data points in your marketing. Give reason of why they should work with you. Okay, invest in marketing, not ourselves, but you want to make sure that you're including data points. Even when we're talking about investing, 90% of the world's millionaires become that way through real estate. So why should they invest, right? And you're including data points in there. So no matter if it's your website, if it's your social media content, videos that you're making, flyers, if you're at an open house, your emails coming through, don't just create a blog article because you have to create a blog article, but be strategic and include data points into those. Talk about market trends, how buyers are finding homes, how you leverage, oops, let me go back here. There we go. How you leverage data to drive the best results. Make sure to include data points and their sources in your content. Consumers love to read percentages and data. Okay, percentages, maybe it's a social media post that has, a giant 51% on it, And then underneath, it's in smaller letters says, you know, how home buyers are doing their research. And then a caption can be something else. But include data into your marketing content. Okay, no matter where it's at, where you're putting it, it will, again, allow you to be positioned to be the expert in your market, and it's easier to digest and consume for your potential prospects. Again, you can take data from, I'm not sure if I have shared this template with you guys, but again, you can just research different, each of these could be a social media post with that data point on it, right? That we found. Again, you could do a Google search for, you know, real estate marketing data for you to be able to use. Number 9, database, CRM, okay? Your database is your number 1 asset in the real estate business. Truly, truly, truly is. If you want to be in this business long-term and not have to chase new leads constantly, your database is your number 1 asset. And your CRM is full of data if done correctly, right? If it's organized, if you have, it's completely filled out, right? You have as much data in there for each contact as possible. Couple of things, you can personalize your communication. If you have a well-rounded database, you have birthdays in there, okay? That's data that's important because in your communication with your database and your clients, whether past or prospects, right? You can reach out to them and be a little bit more personal. Home anniversary dates, are those in your database? Do you have everyone's address in there? Go through and audit your database. Do you have the address? Why is that important? Because maybe you have a new listing or you have a potential buyer that's looking in a certain area, whether it's city or zip code, and you can go into your database and you can filter by city or zip code, and all of a sudden you have 50 people within that area that you can send a targeted email to saying, hey, I have a buyer looking in this area. Are you interested in selling, or do you know somebody who's interested in selling? And vice versa. Hey, I have a buyer or I have a seller, you know, and I know that you're buying in this area. Would you be interested in this listing before it hits the market? Okay, that's why address is important, not just so you can mail them something, but so you can filter through and target market those specific contacts. Email, obviously super important. Mobile number, super important. And then the last one is segmenting your audience. You want to make sure that you're tagging or grouping certain contacts together. Okay, so maybe it's your sphere of influence. So they're all together and you're marketing your sphere. That message is going to be different to that group of open house leads, right? That message is going to be different to your past clients. Okay, so you can target market those certain audiences specifically, so it's a lot more personal and it makes sense instead of just a blanket email or marketing piece going out to everybody and it's not really relevant to most of that audience. But if you get more specific, just like up here, right? Address. Hey, homeowner, I have a buyer that's looking in your area. I don't know if you're interested in selling. You have a neighbor that's interested in selling. You never know what that's going to pull up, right? They might get that and say, I just talking to my neighbor the other day at the mailbox and or at the park, or we're walking the dog, and they said they might be considered selling. And so it may work for your buyer. Let me tell you, it happens more often than you think. Okay. And then now you not only are helping your buyer, but you potentially have maybe a new listing. Okay. It worked that way. But you want to make sure that you are leveraging your database to the fullest capacity, that you have accurate data in there. Okay, that's the key, accurate data. You don't just put somebody in your database and 6 months later, you're like, oh yeah, I forgot I have a database, right? You want to make sure that you're auditing it, you're in it on a daily basis, or you set time aside to make sure that you're going through and actually using it to its full capacity with accurate data. When I had my marketing agency for real estate, my biggest seller was database management, and we guaranteed 100% accuracy. We had those birthdays in there. We had those home anniversaries. Their address was in there. It was fully up to date, and those agents loved it. They never had to worry about it. They just emailed us and we filled it out. Since don't have that, sold that agency, but it is so important for you guys to have an accurate database with your contacts in it. All right, where are we at? I'm 3 minutes over today. Not bad. Not bad. So key takeaways. In today's competitive real estate market, data-driven insights have become an invaluable tool for buyers, sellers, you as an agent, investors. By using data to inform pricing, identify target audiences, optimize your marketing strategies, improve communication, track market trends, you can help your clients reach their real estate goals. As a professional, you have to stay up to date on the latest tools and technologies, and it's going to help you harness the power of data. By embracing data-driven approach, you'll be better equipped to navigate the complex world of real estate and to help your clients achieve their goals. Again, when I switched over and I started to focus on data because I saw how much better it was, how much more engagement we got, and more clients at the end of the day, it just made sense to kind of create a data-driven business when we're talking about lead generation, current clients, and all that stuff. A lot of information. Any questions on anything we've gone over today?
No, but this is outstanding information, Justin. I really appreciate that. I can't wait to share this with my agents and get some more agents online to see these trainings because they're unbelievable. It actually makes me feel like I want to be a real estate agent sometimes.
Right? You're joining these like, oh, this is great. This is right. It's that re-motivation.
Yeah.
And like I said in the very beginning, data is not sexy at all, but it can make your bank account sexy if you can, convert more leads and grow your business. So hopefully you guys take away one piece today, you implement it in your business, reach out to Michael, reach out to Kim, reach out to Yasmin, the EOG team, to learn more and kind of come up with a strategy for your business.
Hi, Justin. Do
Thanks,
you
Ken.
have the slides that will be available for us as well, since there was a lot of information and they were all great info?
Yes. So I will send this right after this. I'll send this training deck to the team and they will get it out to you guys for sure. For sure.
Yes, 100%. We can send that out to everybody on the call. Yeah.
That way, it is a lot of information. There's good details in here. And again, I want you guys to steal this information, take it and implement it in your business. This is, not keeping it a secret or anything. I want you guys to actually take action and use this. So if there's data points in here or you start clicking on these, right, and you take stuff from my listing presentation, please, if this can help you get another client and close another deal, this whole hour was worth it to me.
You're amazing. Thank you. And thank you everyone for being on the call. We so appreciate it. And we know Justin's got a plethora of information. He educates us all the time on how to utilize those tools out there and make them work for us.
Thank
I
you so
appreciate
much.
you guys. My pleasure. You guys are awesome. So make sure, I think we got one more training this month, right? Because we have a holiday at the end. We have Memorial Day.
I think we do have one more next week. Yeah.
University, easyyuniversity.com. You can always go there. I'll go ahead and get the link for you guys. 7 creative ways. You see, this month I really felt numbers, so I just kept using them. 7 creative ways to generate more real estate leads in 2023. I'm going to go ahead, paste this into that box. You guys can register for that today. So that'll be next week. And then we have Memorial Day. So I'll have June's out in the next week or so for everyone to see that schedule.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, everyone. Thank you. We so appreciate you guys. Remember, escrow options is your best option.
Yes, we'll see you guys in escrow very, very soon in the next training. Have a great week, everybody.
Thanks, Justin.
My
Bye.
pleasure.
Thank you.